Okay, I'm back with y'all. This is part 5, and we're just got Leo in there, but it's part 5 of Leo and Faye. I found my part, found my brain bucket. Go ahead and throw this half cinch on him, get the left and right leads, put a bridle on and get on. Oh, I haven't picked his feet yet. Yeah, we'll do that too. Good boy. So in between, he's been winning a little bit for her, and over here, without me in here, he's wanting her. But when I come in here, he just licked and chewed, and he appreciates me. So it's a toss up between me or her. Huh. I don't blame you for that. You gonna come with me? If I ask you? Well, let's tighten up your girth. Yeah, that's really freaking loose. You don't need that going anywhere. There you go. I know you don't need to run around, but I need to see the left and right lead canter, and I want to see how that left lead's cooking. For anybody that might be following Mr. Leo, the owner of Faye up there is, I call her my genius nurse. Anyhow, she's pretty smart about a lot of things. She thinks the problem he has is a nerve, like a pinched nerve or out of place nerve, because he goes lame, but there's no heat, there's no swelling, and the next day he's fine, and he's not limping at all. I think it's got to be right that a nerve gets in the wrong place when he steps in a funny way or something and gets pinched. Anyhow, that's probably what's wrong with him. Nope. There you go. Just walk. Nope. Just walk. I need you to walk away from her. There you go. Nope. Gotta walk away from her. Now he might have extra energy. Yeah. Because he's away from her. It's going to be really difficult for him to walk. And you can see as he heads toward her, he runs. And as he walks away, as he leaves, he walks. Oh, no, but he wants to come back around. So I'm going to ask him to turn. He's not listening to me. So this is the effect being separate. Good. So that's the effect of being separated from her it has. He just came to himself, got out of his head, and he remembered me. And this is what I want him to be able to do with me on his back. It's harder because when you get on their back, you disappear. And it's a lot harder for them to reach up and remember you're there than when you're standing here in front of them. Good job. So I want to make sure I give him a good quit right here, a good release. And there's a lick and chew so that he can internalize this and that he made that decision and accepted that on his own. I need to really let him accept that. Good boy. Good boy. I do need to see the canter, so I'm going to send you back out. I'm sorry for having to do that because I don't want to ruin this. It's okay. I love you too. I love you. You're a good boy. Hey! Just walk. Okay. A lot less energy over there now because he hooked up to me. It's still hard for him to be away from her. I'm going to let him go past her this time. You can see the amount of energy he has. I see a tiny bit of limp in that trot. His head isn't bobbing, but there's a little funny movement in his back end. It's not classic lameness. Okay, that was cross-firing. He was on the correct left lead in the front, but he was on the opposite lead in the back, I think. There's a... Okay. So he started out with a counter canter, did a flying lead change to the correct canter. So he's going to have excess energy when I get on him, especially as I take him away from this side over here. But it looks like he's not going to buck about it too much. I mean, he's not bucking. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. So I'm going to ask him to walk with me away from her and see if he can do that. Without her here, he can do this. So we'll see if he can go all the way to the other side. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, now to reward him, I'm going to take him back. Come on. To his closest approach over there with her and let him stand there. We'll stand over there for a bit. This is, again, yo-yoing his emotions. When he gets to that furthest point away from her, he's going to feel a lot of anxiety. And as he gets over here, that anxiety is going to come down. So I'm going to let it stay down for a little bit as a little release. I just want him to know how much I understand what he feels and what he's going through and to help him out with it. I want him to come to me for help. I want him to keep me informed on how he's feeling. And I want to have a discussion about these things together where we can talk about them. Good job. You're a really good horse. Come on, let's do that again. We're going to go opposite direction this time. I love you too. You are an amazing horse. So, Kiki, I can still see there's something wrong back there, but it's not a big deal. It's not lameness. And there's a good chance I can do lateral work and get it cooking again. But I think it's just going to be like that most of his life, I suspect. And it translates down to a little weakness on the right rear for whatever reason. He needs help with his other hind leg at times. Oh, yeah. 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 Yeah, I see. I know. It's hard to look at, isn't it? To see your girl sitting over there without her britches on with those two guys. Okay, can we, I'd like to see that left lead. I'd like to see a whole lap on that left lead and maybe see the right lead too. Okay, that was a correct, completely correct left lead. Front and back, that looked beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And what I really liked is I quit him over on her side of the round pen, and he walked all the way over here to me. Leo, you are a really good horse. You are a really good boy. You try so hard. I love it when a horse just tries like that. I don't even need to see your right lead. There's no reason for that. Let's put your bridle on and do some riding. It'd be convenient for me to put some cones up in here today. Give me some little guides to go off of. Actually, they're right there. Might as well. I'll be right back. I'll show you guys a couple exercises. the way to do, there's on dressage tests, there's circles. And people practice circles to get really good at that test. Well, that's the wrong thing to practice. Because what's the test? What is a circle testing? Why are there circles done on dressage test? The reason is it's demonstrating your control over the shoulders, your ability to communicate to the shoulders and have them perform on a perfect circle. If you don't have shoulder control, you can't do that. So instead of teaching the horse and yourself how to communicate to the shoulders, you practice the perfect geometry and get really good at the circle geometry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I usually like to do these about 10 apart, but round pen's a little too small for that. So I'm going to show you right here, practicing perfect squares. Well, I don't know about perfect, but what it is, it's going to be turn on the forehand, turn on the haunches. And turning on the forehand, turning on the haunches isolates your communication to both rear feet and both front feet and shoulders and hips. And I didn't pick his feet. So his steering wheel is his shoulders, his front feet and his shoulders. So if you're trying to determine and test whether you have good control and communication of those front shoulders, you do this circle. And again, practice squares and you'll get really perfect circles because it gives you really good communication down to the feet. No. Yeah, you're okay. Notice I pick the feet after I tack up. If you watched any of my other videos, you know that so I can stretch the feet forward and so that it allows them to relax under the girth so I can tighten the girth before I mount. There's the stretch. Smooth the hairs out from under that girth. Whew. That's confusing. He's got a little spot on the back here. Now that could be from the round pen, but I thought it was from his fly leggings rubbing back here. But there's a little bit of pink right there, and he hasn't worn them for a week. So I don't know what that is about. Thank you. You're okay. Thank you. Thank you. Stretch forward. Go behind. Yeah. Put your bridle on. Anybody that's been with me for a while also knows I'm particular about I like a lot of things to be rituals with horses. And this is one of those things because I want them to put their own bridle on. I want them to open up their mouth. I want their head to assume the position. And you'll see real early on, he should assume the position when I put this in front of his nose. And there's the position right there, down and toward me, slightly bent toward me, presenting his head to me. Thumb goes in the corner of the mouth. The right hand pulls the bit up into his mouth. And what I forgot to do, I'm sorry, this might be adjusted further. No, I didn't put this on her. I forgot to make it one hole bigger for him. I always like to make it a hole bigger when I put it on, just to get it over his ears. So we're going to try that again. Assume the position. He says, I already did that. Yeah, I know. Thank you. There we go. That's better. The extra hole just makes getting it over their ears easier so you don't have to pull it too tight in his mouth when you're putting it in. Okay. Oops, that's in your nostril. Yeah, I see that. Good thing I looked, huh? That'd be a little inconvenient. Go back up one hole. He's got a little tiny bit of a startle with the gunfire in the background. I don't really care about that. And if he complains, I'm going to even tell him, and he's looking toward the gunfire. And I'm just going to tell him I don't care about that. You worry about what I worry about. If I'm not worried about it, you don't worry about it. So you saw what I did before I got on this horse. I made sure that he's with me instead of with that mare. That he's thinking about me, at least a large part of him. And you can see he's looking over at her as she moves around. And that's all okay. I just need a huge piece of him on me, not all of him. And check his hair. Make sure I don't have any caught. Yep, there's some in there. Thought I got it all out. I missed it. There we go. Check his girth. Yeah, that's tight enough. Oops, didn't store my ladder there. Okay, and I don't know which session. Oh, I might not have filmed it because Mom was here, huh? I taught him a pick-me-up cue because he's kind of tall, and you can reach that stirrup. Matter of fact, I actually dismounted once and mounted him on the trail from the ground. But it's a lot easier on their withers if you do it from a mounting block. So I taught him a pick-me-up cue, which means bring me the stirrup. We'll see how he does with that today, because it's been a while. So first I'm going to look at him and let him see if he'll ask the question, what's going on? What's Mr. David want from me right now? Without even me asking him. He's supposed to bring me his hip. Like, I'll take that. I'll take that. He didn't really bring me his hip. He just brought me himself. And that's fine. So I got the ritual because I haven't ridden him for a week. I'm going to pet his butt 10 times. Put half my weight in the left stirrup. He should not move. He started to. I kind of picked up the reins a little bit, and then I'm going to mount by picking up rein and mane right here. I'm going to hold on to this mane, but I don't need to use it. I do need to use it. He was going to walk off. That's a no-no. So I pick it up and use it. He shouldn't be moving at all, so I'm going to disengage the back end, and I'm going to let go. And he's saying I can't do that because that mirror over there. So I'm going to take it away again and let go until he can grab a hold of himself. I need self-control. He's struggling with that. So I'm going to just keep picking up one side or the other. You can see how hard this is for him. There you go. And that's to remind him, even though I'm on his back and I've disappeared, it's still me. And I'm still here, and I'm still the leader, the decision maker. So it's best right now to let him move. Physical movement allows anxiety and stress to leak out of your body. It's a healthy way. Interesting. It's a healthy way to let bad emotional energy leak out. It's why people get nervous tics. And horses get stall vices. The stall vices are attempts to get rid of the anxiety and stress from being in a confined space like that. Okay, so I'm just letting him walk around and relax. I'm just letting him do whatever. I'm just telling him he's got to keep moving. I'll go ahead and actually ask something of him right there, and then I'll change direction. Okay, still got a little gunfire in the background, but he does not even thinking about it or responding to it at all. I feel nothing in his body about it, which is good. Of course, if he was going to act up, right here at the closest point is where he might get emotional and throw his back end up in the air or do something silly. Something to be aware of. That stuff happens. Your challenge is to be inside your horse's head. I'm feeling what he's feeling, thinking what he's thinking, and then asking him to get out of his head into mine. Ask him to feel what I'm feeling, think what I'm thinking, and to ask the question, what does Mr. David want me to do right now? So I'm going to ask him to stop. David stop, which is stop, soften, and back 2 steps, and hope. There's a really nice, and that was really nice. He's a little bit stiff. There we go. And he's not stopping. And hope. There we go. That was a really good one, but you can see he's antsy over here. He doesn't want to stand still. And the grandfather of natural horsemanship, Tom Dorrance, said, and somebody said, hey, I'm having trouble riding my horse in this corner of the arena. And what he told him was, if you want to set things up good for your horse, ride them where you can, not where you can't. Slowly ride another foot from where you can to where you can't, and then 2 feet, and then 3 feet, and then 4 feet, until you've expanded where you can ride your horse. But don't ride your horse where you can't. You're setting both of you up to fail. So if he can't stand still over there, don't ask him to. Now, it doesn't mean I'm not going to work him up to it. I'm going to come over here and say, and hope. Ask him to step. I'm going to let go and see if he can stand still, and he can't. So I'm going to put in a figure 8 right here. I'm going to put a figure 8 pattern in around these 2 cones. And it's going to not be circularly shaped over here because he's going to creep closer to her. And I shouldn't have been looking down. Sorry, I looked at the cone. I need to be looking at the horizon at all times. Okay, my figure 8s, there should be no straight lines at the tangent point there. Change direction. Now I'll get to the practicing the square in a second right here. Ready, switch. You don't want to drop your shoulders, but you do want to change the rotation of your upper body. Your shoulders, the inside shoulder should be drawn slightly back, but level. And ready, switch. You can see how the whole shape is distorted toward her. So I'm going to work to make it even. And switch. I can extend this circle a little bit, see if I can get in the middle. That's much better right there. Ready, switch. What I'm doing is making him busy. This isn't real busy. It's a pretty simple exercise, but I'm helping to bring his brain into me and off of her. Ready, switch. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and into my square pattern here. I think I'm going to start with shoulders. So turn on the haunches. So I'm going to set up a straight line, go past this cone, put a stop on, bring the front end around 90 degrees. Walk past the next cone, put a stop on, turn 90 degrees on the haunches, and that communication to the shoulders when I'm doing these 90-degree turns is what can give you a good circle and keep you on a good circle, because I can minutely move that front end any way I want, theoretically. Right now he's leaning toward her. He just tilted his head right there, and that's okay. We're just going to practice this a few times because he's pretty good at it. When your horse is pretty good at something, don't practice it too much. That's like continually asking them, what's 2 plus 2? Pretty soon they're going to be yelling 4 at you, not just answering the question politely. It's like practicing circles till you both puke. Hell no. Again, practice these squares. They'll give you really good circles. Okay, so we're going to change direction. And you might see him take a step or two back. It's because I'm rocking him back on his haunches in order to free up the shoulders. The weight needs to be off the shoulders for him to be athletic and move his shoulders around. And that's why we want horses collected. We want those back feet closer and closer to the front feet so they can put more and more of their weight, but forget it, more and more of their weight on their haunches to free up their front feet to do athletic things, whatever those might happen to be. Forget it! So she came trotting down the hill. My boys are in this corner of the arena with her, and she's got her tail up in the air, winking at him. And this guy is very concerned about all that. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to keep him in the pattern, which has just got really difficult for him. Yeah. So I'm going to switch this up. I'm going to work the back end. Turn on the forehand. Okay, he needs this. That problem he's got in that right rear, this lateral work in the back end frees that up. So I've switched from turn on the haunches to turn on the forehand. You don't want the neck to bend. You just want pure turn on the inside front foot. He's cheating toward them. Don't care, because he's at the closest point of approach right there. So this is difficult for him. That's okay. That's okay. Now, I think it would be a mistake if I add emotional energy to him. And how would you do that? Trot or canter. If I ask for a trot or canter, I'll be adding emotional energy to a horse that's already got his jar, emotional jar, has a lot of stuff in it right now because of that filly over there messing with the two geldings. So if you want to set your horse up to fail, ask what's the worst thing I can do for my horse right now, and then do that. It's like, nope, I teach success. I don't want to teach failure. I don't ever want to see this horse out of control, ever. Unless I'm trying to teach them what to do when they are out of control. Then I might need to deliberately take them out of control to bring them back. Okay, so that's my square pattern. Turns on the, oops, I got to turn the other way and use the other hip. So we'll come here and we'll do a 180-degree turn on the haunches. There we go. Yes, that is really hard for him. That's probably because of that right rear. I had to bend his neck quite a bit and add extra. All my cues are extra, and he's shaped in a really funny way with his body arced. He's having trouble in this corner, but he's doing good. He's trying hard. Thank you, Mr. Leo. Good boy. Good. I should be petting him. I haven't petted him at all. Concentrating too much on talking to y'all. So I'm going to come over here, bring him around the corner, and stop and pet. And he's going to creep over toward her, and I'm going to say, no, that's not what I had in mind. And he's going to say, I'm going to try and get there. And I'm going to say, no, those are my feet, not yours. And he's going to say, well, I really need to be over by that filly. And I'm going to say, nope. And I'm going to let go again. I'm going to try and help him out. And he's going to say, I can't do it. And I'm going to say, I need you to try harder. And he's going to say, I can't do that. And I'm going to say, find it. Reach deep down. Find it. He's going to say, I'm trying. You are. I need self-control. Good boy. Good. Oh, I know how hard that is. Okay, so that was the hardest thing he did successfully all day. So I need him to know how much I appreciate that. And yeah. And she's right on the other side of the round pen here, about 6 feet away. And he's going, I can't take that. Yeah. Yeah, what's he doing? Let go. Well, I think we've achieved our objectives today. I want to get on you, check out your brain, see how you could perform with her here. And the answer was you did it. So, thank you. Oop, hold on. Let me make that hole one bigger. Yep. Let's take the throat latch off too. There we go. Hey, hey, thank you. Put the head back down. Thank you. I know. You with me? Yeah. Well, you know what? I don't want to carry all this stuff. How about you carry it for me? Come on. Come with me? Yeah, that was pretty hard, wasn't it? Thank you. Good boy. Thank you. You are a good horse. You try so hard. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Oh, I guess I must turn the camera off, huh? Thank y'all for bearing with me through 5 parts of 3 hours worth of training. Yeah. Have a great day. A blessed day. Bye.